sure that we are, because our little sign did not come up. Usually it comes up, doesn't it, Janaki? That it says that we are live. So welcome for our beautiful conversation today, our HarmonyFest special events. I am so excited because, Janaki, you know why I'm so excited? Two reasons why I'm so excited. One is I get to talk to you, and two is we are 1 week out. 1 week, just 1 week for all our before HarmonyFest starts. So really good stuff. But with me today, we have the beautiful Janaki Mayhill, who's tuning in all the way from America, which is a long way from me. I'm in Australia, to talk about your beautiful masterclass, Janaki. Amazing masterclass. Be an alchemist and embrace all the rainbow colors of life. Oh my God, just by saying that gives me chills. I can feel the energy of that. It's like, oh, I'm going to look forward to this one. So, Janaki, can I ask you, first of all, what inspired you to create this masterclass? What inspired you to create Be an Alchemist and embrace all the rainbow colors in life?
This has been my life journey, is being the alchemist and turning all my perceived weaknesses into now my great strengths. And as a young child, I was raised with a lot of spiritual, I say a lot of consciousness unconsciously, because when it came time to connecting with our feelings, so much of society, we shame our feelings and make them wrong.
Yeah.
And then we get stuck in them because an emotion is energy in motion, and when we don't let ourselves express it and we make it wrong, we shove it down, and then it becomes stuck in our bodies, and that's where dis-ease starts.
Yes. It does, doesn't it, when we suppress all those emotions and stuff. So I love it, and I love your energy, and I'm really excited for this masterclass. It's coming up, I said, in just 1 week's time. Actually, exactly 1 week, right at this time too. I think it's the same time for you. So it's 4 p.m. October the 10th for you in America, and that's Central Time, and 8 a.m. for us here in the Southern Hemisphere on Wednesday the 11th. So in 1 week's time, do click on the links below for everyone who's watching the replay, the live or the replay, and book in for this masterclass, because the other wonderful thing is Janaki is offering it completely complimentary, which is really, really good. So thank you for doing that. Tell me more, Janaki. Tell me more about being an alchemist. What does that mean for you? What does that mean?
So here's a funny little recent one that I've been singing to myself is move through your shit and alchemize it. So each little nugget, a ball of shit, that those things that we avoid, those
Yes.
things we run from, are actually our great gifts.
Yes.
And so when we allow ourselves to embrace them or embody them versus shame them or make them wrong, then you get to receive what the gift is, because we get to experience the opposite of, to remind us of who and what we truly are. How would we know we're light if we didn't get to experience dark? So that's why I do a lot of shadow work, because we go into those shadows, because the knowing gets in the way. The 5% of the brain that thinks it's in charge gets in the way. And it's that other 95%, the subconsciousness, where all the beliefs are. So if we shame those beliefs, how are we to change those beliefs? So
Absolutely.
that's what we're here is I actually, it was on one of your podcasts. I was one of the panelist speaker, and we had I remember it was such a magical portal day, and all of a sudden I go, oh my gosh, this is how we birth in the golden age, is we get to all the perceived shit versus avoiding it or wallowing in it. We're meant to move through it, and it alchemizes. And that's how we birth in our golden age.
I love it. I love it. I love that, and I really on it. Like I said, I just really honor you for bringing this energy and this concept, not just to Sacred You and the Harmony Fest, but to the whole world. Now, we do have a few people watching us, so wherever you're calling in from, please say hello. Drop your name in the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And do you have any questions or anything that you would like to add about, being an alchemist and embracing the rainbow colors in life and going through, as Janaki said, all our shit and just and alchemizing it all, stop avoiding it, but going through it and letting it go, turning it into a rainbow. Oh, that's a wonderful, turning our shit into a rainbow.
Yes.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. So, Janaki, can I ask you this a little bit different? A lot of people talk about alchemy and embracing diversity and all that stuff like that. But what are some misconceptions about alchemy? What are some, what are people, what are some misconceptions about it?
Well, so in my experience, that's because
Yes,
the lens I can share from,
yes,
especially raised in a very spiritual family, and no, 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 we're not gonna, this is like thinking we have to be a certain way versus it's okay to not be okay. You don't have to, it's not all rainbows, butterflies, and sunshine. We get to dance through the storms.
yes,
And so sometimes people think that you have to like always be happy, always be positive. And it's okay to be in that energy of dark and dense and heavy, because that's where we remember more light, let it come through.
yes,
So that's some people think that, and alchemy can be in many ways. I mean, alchemy is where an herbalist, all the beautiful, when you're bringing gold into the table, bringing something that is other than to the opposite state of.
yes, yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people don't realize that, don't realize that. And can I ask you, what advice would you give someone who's struggling to understand the alchemy and or struggling to, to accept or to find their beauty in life,
Was
besides to come to your masterclass?
take a pause,
Take a pause. Yep.
take a deep breath,
Yep.
ask yourself, what am I feeling now?
I love
Give
that.
yourself grace and acceptance. You don't have to, because sometimes we get so stuck in our head and we want to figure it all out. Head wants to rationalize, justify, make sense of. And when we connect back into our heart, we can integrate our heart and our mind coming into coherence. And this is where the magic is. And so come back into your heart is coming back into your feeling world. So acknowledge, what am I actually feeling? You don't have to judge it, shame it, make it wrong. Say, what am I feeling? And be honest with yourself. Be willing to shed that mask and be honest. What am I feeling? And
Yeah.
there's sometimes where I'm feeling something and I go, and I'm full transparency, so I used to shame the word fuck, so now I say it.
Yes.
So if anyone gets triggered, you're welcome. I love you. I say
Yes.
it with love because it's a fuel of fire. And there's times where I say, I fucking hate what I'm feeling, because that's the energy. You get to meet the energy of what you're actually feeling and then say, can I love? Who in me? If I can't love what I'm feeling, because love is what transcends it all. It ends the trance that we're in. One drop of love, that's all it takes. And it's not like I have to love this. First, we be honest with what we're actually feeling. Acknowledge what you're feeling. This is where I discovered it through my own children. Children don't require praise, they choose acknowledgement. So
Yeah.
acknowledge what you're feeling.
Yes.
And when you acknowledge what you're feeling, then you can ask your divine galactic support.
Yes.
Angels, legions upon legions of angels, help me love what I'm feeling.
Yes. Yeah.
And recently I had a moment several weekends ago on my daughter's birthday
Yeah.
where I was in the mucks of chaos and overwhelm, and I said, I don't love what I'm feeling. Angels, God, help me love what I'm feeling. Support me now. And my mom calls and gives me exactly what I required in that moment.
Isn't that amazing? And that to me, so, and sorry to interrupt you, just going to
Yeah.
say that to me is the alchemy. That to me
Mm,
is the magic
yes.
of life when we do that. You know, and the universe just provides. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. So thank you for sharing that. And tell us more about your actual masterclass. What are we going to experience?
Well, hold on. There we go. My phone agrees. Um, so I even feel called. I'm going to leave space for a potential. I call them quantum activation meditations, where you allow yourself to slow down. So we're going to explain. So I work a lot with the chakras and the energy center points.
Yes.
And so how I work with them is a little bit different. I've been doing this for over a decade, and I used to do it all the right ways. So we're going to all that deprogram to reprogram and see through our feeling world what is the return instead of um the what's wrong with me. We're going to go through those energy centers and discover what each one, when those opposite appears, what's actually returning for you. And like I said, I may be gifting, depending on our time and energy flow, a, a quantum activation meditation. So,
Thoroughly
and
recommend for everyone to come and experience that if you can, if there's time, because I've experienced your quantum activations and it's incredible. So thank you so very much for letting us know about your masterclass that's on in 1 week's time. Oh my god, 1 week time. Right now we will be joining Janaki in her masterclass of embracing all the rainbow colors, being an alchemist and embracing the rainbow colors of life, and just allowing that magic. You talk about,
mm,
that magic of connecting with the source and just allowing the universe to provide its magic. I love it. And to change all our shit into rainbows. Yay! I mean, I could yeah, we could start up a whole new thing. Change your shit into rainbows. A little bit different as the title of a masterclass. Much prefer be an alchemist and embrace all the rainbow colors of life.
Yes, yes. And one
Love
of
it.
the things, so as we shed those masks that we hide behind, we're going to talk
Yeah,
about that as well,
yeah,
because that's so important. We don't even sometimes realize we're wearing those masks because those masks can be tricky.
yeah,
And so as we shed those masks,
yeah.
what you give yourself, and this is what I actually discovered at my women's retreat, Sounds of the Soul, we did a mask burning. And as we shed those masks, I literally go, holy shit, did that just happen? So we turn shit holy. Because you allow yourself to expand your perspective. You're no longer looking through that small lens, the lens of judgment, the lens of worry, whatever that is, those four walls of division.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Love it. Thank you ever so much for joining us. And I look forward to joining you in 1 week for
Yes.
your masterclass, and and to turn all my crap, shit, whatever, into rainbow colors. All right, Janek, you have a beautiful day on the other side of the world, and we will see you sometime soon, and especially in 1 week's class for your masterclass, in 1 week's time for your masterclass. And for everyone who is watching, do click on the links. register for your space, register for this masterclass. It will be the best thing ever that you've done. Right. Proudly a really wonderful part of HarmonyFest in 1 week's time. Thank you, Janaki. Truly, I really appreciate you.
So welcome. My honor.
We are
Still live.
not being able to stop the live. So we'll just sit here and talk more while we can figure out how to stop the live. No, it doesn't want to play today. We'll get there. Now